Today's episode focuses on the one and only student of the legendary Genfu, Eliot. Please note that this trivia may not follow the story and lore directly. This episode is also brought to you by milk. It does a body good. Eliot, making his debut in Dead or Alive 4, is an orphaned young teenager from London, England, who moved to China at an early childhood. As if by fate, he was chosen to be the successor to the martial arts style of Jinyi Liwiguan by the legendary Genfu himself. Eliot is the youngest as well as the smallest male character in the series, debuting at age 16 at a height and weight of 5'6" and 121 pounds respectively, making him the only playable male character under the age of 18. Because he was underage at the time, his age was initially undisclosed in the international releases of Dead or Alive 4, as it was an M-rated title. When Eliot was first introduced in the pre-release trailer for Dead or Alive 4, many have speculated that he was not only a female, but the fans were even going so far as to say it was Helena dressed up as a boy, mostly because she never appeared in the trailer herself. Despite being British, Eliot doesn't have a British accent. This can be chalked up to most of his childhood being spent in China. Although having the same goal of being a successor to his teacher, Eliot's friendship with Brad Wong is often compared to older buddy sitcoms, such as the titular Abbott and Costello, Keenan and Kel, and even Larry and Balky from the 1986 sitcom Perfect Strangers, just to name a few. This is mainly because Eliot is the level-headed one, and Brad is the one who typically gets into trouble. A common foil for Eliot is his attraction to beautiful women, as was the case with his encounters with Ayane, Tina, Hitomi, Leifang, Honoka, and most notably, Christie. As such, he's also the first to actively notice the anatomy of women, to put it lightly, making his favorite beverage, milk, all the more ironic.
Thought we wouldn't notice, but we did.
Eliot is voiced by the talented Junko Minagawa in the original Japanese version, and is voiced in English by Roland Lopez in Dead or Alive Dimensions, and David Vincent from Dead or Alive 5 onwards. Born in the Ibaraki Prefecture of Japan on November 27, 1975, Junko Minagawa has had experience in acting as early as kindergarten, fondly remembering her title role in the school play as the Ugly Duckling, as well as playing the role in elementary school in a school play based on a national fable, Kaguya Hime, roughly translating to Princess Kaguya. Throughout her adolescence, she would juggle between volleyball and attempting to find a job finding work as a stewardess, as well as an actress, only for the latter two to fall through as a result of neglecting her studies and financial woes. Despite these hardships, she would ultimately make the decision to take up voice acting, getting recruited into Tohoku Shinsha Film Company, and the rest was history. Minagawa's big break would come when she was given the role of the main protagonist, Ryoma Ichizen, in the hit manga-based anime, The Prince of Tennis, which would solidify her reputation for years to come. She wasn't just performing as Ryoma. In the eyes of the manga creator Takeshi Konomi, Minagawa is Ryoma. And so, Junko Minagawa would go on to portray many other tomboyish/the shonen roles in both anime and video games, including, but not limited to, Cornelia Lee Bertana from Code Geass, Ayaka Yukihiro from the Majima series, Ada Wong from the CGI film Resident Evil Damnation, and a worthy successor to one of Megumi Ogata's most legendary anime roles, Sailor Uranus in Sailor Moon Crystal. Eliot's first English voice actor, exclusively for Dead or Alive Dimensions, was Roland Lopez. Although not much is known about his early life, let alone his personal life, what we do know is that he has done many radio commercials, improv comedy skits, and occasional voice acting over the years. That being said, Lopez's role as Eliot is actually his first credited performance, which would pave him opportunities to branch out his career. Unfortunately, as of the time of this video's publishing, this is Lopez's only noteworthy performance. On Lopez's spare time, he enjoys salsa dancing, cooking, and studying Russian, much like another voice actor we covered. David Vincent, Eliot's current English voice actor today, was born on August 29, 1972, in California. Though little is known about his early life, what we do know is that he studied at the University of Colorado Boulder and would go on to become a freelance voice actor and director beginning in the year 2000, with many credits to his name in both video games and anime alike. Among these many roles, some of his most notable ones include Grimjaw from Bleach, Jin Kisaragi and Hakumen from BlazBlue, Martial Law in the Tekken series as of Tekken 6, Gilgamesh from the Fate series, and the current voice of Richter Belmont in the Castlevania series. Now that we've whipped our way through this monster subject, let's get back to where the video belongs, in Eliot's world. But first, a word from our sponsor.
You've grown. You're quite the real man.
Thank you, but hearing that from you kind of makes me blush. Oh, hey, by the way, you're entering the tournament, right? I'm gonna win it, you know.
Oh.
Yeah. Milk. I mean, another milk, please?
Drink it all up. You'll need your strength, little boy.
Milk. It does a body good.
In Dead or Alive 4, only arranged club remixes from Dead or Alive 2 are played, and are typically prioritized by the corresponding theme of said character who made a playable appearance there, except for Hitomi. If Eliot is played in the stage, Genfu's club remix takes priority. Eliot is also the subject of a minor meme amongst Dead or Alive fans, thanks to an infamous scene in Dead or Alive 5 at the circus, where he and Brad Wong run into Hitomi and Leifan. In an attempt to break Eliot away from his timid behavior, Hitomi lets out a teasing growl. A moment that would be so well received by the fans that it became an actual taunt from Dead or Alive 5 Ultimate onwards. Thanks, Shy Eliot. When Eliot is played in tag mode alongside Marie Rose, she asks Eliot if he also likes milk, which would imply that the two of them share a common favorite beverage. When it comes to the competitive footnotes for Eliot in Dead or Alive, he would have a rocky start in Dead or Alive 4, only to find some success later on, notably in Dead or Alive 5 Last Round, with a top player named Excalibur Blades. Eliot is also considered to be one of the best top-tier players in Dead or Alive 6, if not the best character. Eliot also makes an appearance in a live-action Dead or Alive movie. The less said about it, the better. And for our last bit of Dead or Alive trivia, we gotta address the elephant in the room, Eliot's initial design. Doesn't it remind you of someone, say, Kurapika from Hunter x Hunter? I mean, the hairstyle and a similar blue and white pattern of clothing checks out to a point where it's almost damning. But that's where the similarity's at. At least unlike Honoka's case, they don't share the same name, so they have that going for them. Still, I'm baffled that nobody, not even the author of Hunter x Hunter himself, called this out. And I'm even more baffled that there's no costume mods that take advantage of making Eliot into Kurapika's likeness. It's probably a coincidence that these characters look so similar on the surface anyway. That's it for our trivia on Eliot. If you want to know more about the young apprentice, you'll have to wait until Season 4 of Dead or Alive Lore Explained. With the characters introduced in Dead or Alive 4 behind us, it's time to move on to the characters of Dead or Alive 3, starting with the best girl. I mean the real best girl.
Perfection.